What are the best movies of 2025? Here's my list coming up next. All right, the best movies of 2025. Nobody's seen them all because the list is so huge of the number of movies released this year that, well, we're all going to have to band together and help each other out, figure out what the best are. I've seen a few, but I haven't seen them all because of where I live, and movies aren't distributed evenly everywhere. And still, there are some movies left to be released. I'm making this video on December 8th, 2025. I really want to highlight some movies that I think were quite good. I had someone just pop in my office, a fan of this channel, and ask, hey, what are the recent movies that have come out that I should watch? That's what this video sort of is for a lot of you. And I think this is my most controversial list ever. A lot of people hate some of these movies. And I'm not saying some of the more obvious choices that other people are going to say in their best of the year list either. So let's go with my weirdo best of the year list so far. First, I'm not sure the order of these. This is 8, 9, and 10. I kind of like these movies. I think there was something there they had me thinking. 1, Wes Anderson's The Phoenician Scheme. This is another one of his wildly quirky literary movies. I dug some of it. I appreciated more thinking about it after than watching the movie, but I'm gonna watch it again for sure. Number 9 was Spike Lee's remake of Kurosawa's High and Low. This is highest to lowest. I thought this movie actually worked pretty well. A number of people hated it, so I would go read around about this and see if this is for you. But I found this at times somewhat poignant and actually not a bad remake of a total classic. Number 8 is a movie was hated. I thought it was thoughtful. I enjoyed the premise. I enjoyed the drama of. I like the acting in this movie. It's Mountainhead, which was released on HBO. It's a movie about 4 tech billionaires getting together in a reclusive mountain retreat and sort of meeting up and talking. And here we're having an oblique discussion about AI, about big tech in our lives. The movie is about that. It turns into a farce late in the movie. I actually didn't mind that, but I can see why people don't like it that much. I would check this out. I'm a fan of Steve Carell, for example, so I'd watch this movie, but I thought it was thoughtful at times and pretty good overall. Now the top 7, I'm looking at these. These are dude movies, but once again, I like these movies a lot, and they were the ones I had access to. Number 7 is Train Dreams on Netflix, about an early 20th century logger in the Pacific Northwest, played by Joel Edgerton. This is a dreamy yet sad and haunting movie. It's like Terrence Malick a little bit, but I appreciated what this movie was up to quite a bit. And even as a somewhat melodramatic, I think, and the ending is a little strange. It quotes Mishima by Paul Schrader, but in happy ways. I thought that was strange. This is a pretty good movie worth pursuing for a number of you. Number 6, this is going to be a lot of people's number 1. I do like this movie, except for some things in it, including a couple of the messaging. I think this is probably too revolutionary of an ending for me, but One Battle After Another by Paul Thomas Anderson. This does have some remarkable passages in it. I don't know, I feel like some of this movie is wobbly, and yet this is considerably well made, and I laughed through some of this movie, so it's definitely worth pursuing for probably everybody watching this channel. Number 5 shocked me, because I hated the first movie that it's a part of, Civil War by Alex Garland, not I took that movie to the woodshed, but this movie, Warfare, set during, I believe, the second Iraq War in the early 2000s, is a sort of slice of battle, and that it's a 100-minute movie. Very well done, very thoughtful. We've seen this before. Partly, it does remind me a little bit of Black Hawk Down, yet I thought this was very well made, very thoughtful, and another oblique commentary on war on terror, big geopolitical picture. Number 4, one of my favorite modern working directors. Sometimes he errs in my opinion, but I did like this movie considerably. It's like somewhat of an 80s, 90s thriller, yet it does more than that. A little philosophical tinge of good thinking in this movie. It's Caught Stealing by Darren Aronofsky. Number 3, this is the reason I want to make the video. I just wanted to talk about this movie. I watched this movie and I did not know what was going on. And for a while in the movie, about an hour into it, I was somewhat annoyed. Somehow, over the course of watching the second half of it, and then later, and this is the magic of movies to me, it had me thinking about it, and it was part of me for days and days, and it still is. I watched this movie a month ago. Ephus, I think it's an indie movie. It's about a bunch of guys playing a local guy baseball league at a baseball diamond in somewhere in New England that's going to shut down or close down. They're going to put a school where the baseball diamond is. This league has been playing for years. There's a guy who just shows up and he keeps score at this local men's league. And when you watch these guys slide and hit the baseball and pitch, like, this is one of the lame. This is what a casual local leagues are. The people who don't play very well, they don't look like the pros, but they love the game. This movie is not formulaic. It's riffing on the sports formula. It's about baseball. I think it hits some of the tones and vibes of what baseball really actually is about, and why people form local ad hoc leagues with friends, why guys do this, of course, in the United States. This movie is a wonder to me because it bucks all the sports formula trends. It's a lot of conversations, and it focuses on more on the conversation between the guys in the baseball game. I love this movie. In my head, I need to see it a second time, but it's one of those strange movies. I don't know if you've had this happen where you watch it and you're like, what's going on here? Not sure about this. And then it grows on you and you like feel compelled to rewatch it and compelled to think about it. Ephus was that for me. Number 2 is an absolute shock to be here. When I walked into this movie, there's no way I thought it would be on this list, and yet here it is. It is the movie Weapons. I like director Zach Cregger's first movie, somewhat barbarian, has interesting premise and all that, and it was well executed. Weapons builds on that. It's a modern day Hansel and Gretel, Brothers Grimm kind of tale. It explains much, but explains nothing at the same time. It has some fantasy elements, some horror elements. It's weirdly told, but this is becoming common, where it's not Rashomon, but you split the movie up into 3, 4, 5 parts, and you tell the movie from different characters' perspectives. One thing, of course, about this movie, it's its own unique thing. It's not part of a brand. It's not IP or anything like that, but it's done with the love of movies. And so I appreciate this movie. It has a lot of humor in it. And I laughed a lot during this movie. Some good performances in here, of course. The hype around this movie, I think, is justified. And I wish I could be different from everybody else, but everybody else seems to like this. Most people like this movie. I really do, too. My number 1 movie, oh my gosh, I'm going to get nailed for this again. Some people really appreciated that I called this movie out and said it was great, or I really appreciate the movie, at least for what it's talking about. Other people thought I'm so full of it, it's unbelievable. I made a whole video on this trying to rationalize and justify it. It's the movie A House of Dynamite by Catherine Bigelow. Really the first nuclear war movie, or how will nuclear war happen, since maybe the 60s, although there's been several nuclear war based movies, mostly the aftermath, the post-apocalyptic aftermath of those. This movie has a scenario about what if a missile is fired at the United States by whom we don't know. And it, like Weapons, it goes through the things 3 to 4, I think this one goes through 3 times and repeats the 20-minute firing of the missile to almost impact 3 times from 3 different perspectives. The third act is a little weird, with the president, played by Idris Elba, off doing something else. That's an interesting, but maybe terrible, but maybe okay performance. It's up to you to decide. But I think the warning about nuclear weapons is potent. I think this is, I don't know, Bigelow is quite good to me, and I think I appreciate this movie, of course, for what it's about. I thought the execution of this movie was not bad. I know some of you hate this movie, so I put it number 1 because of the seriousness of the subject matter, but honestly, I could probably switch any of these top 3 and be satisfied with them being number 1. Now, making this list, all caution here, I have not seen a bunch of these movies that have not come near me, are not watchable in the movie theaters for me yet, or on streaming, of course. And so I've got a whole list here. Probably a couple of these, if not 4 or 5 of these, would be on it. I'm not watching F1 just yet because it's $20 to rent. I didn't see that in the theater. So there's a bunch of these that may break, Marty Supreme, Hamnet, people like. I think some of these, It Was Just an Accident, is definitely one I want to see. So there's going to be some of these that are probably going to break into this list. And so then the bottom 3 to 5 here you can ignore. But I think probably the top 5 that I announced in this list will probably stay that way or move around in some way, shape, or order for the best of 2025. Now, the all-important thing, as I said at the beginning of the video, we have not any of us seen all the movies released this year. It's literally impossible. So you've seen some movies, I've seen some movies, other people have seen them. What are your favorites of 2025? If you put your list in the comments, we can peruse those, we can get ideas, we can see patterns between people's lists and see what people like. I'm really interested in what fans of the channel and people stopping by think of 2025 and the movies in it. So, and of course the year's not over. We've got like 3 weeks left. Everybody's putting a list like this out. I figured I might, but just to give you some recommendations. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, Letterboxd, Substack, become a channel member. All that great stuff helps me support my one-man band show. And I'll do this for fun, as a hobby. Thank you very much. Have a great day.